Hello folks, this is Marcus again, bringing to you one more tutorial. For this time, we are going to make this, I'm calling that swipe and delete. So let me show you first, so it's gonna be easier to understand. Let me jump in my prototype view and then we can understand things better. All right, so now we are here. It's loading yet, so we have this list. I'm calling this, it's fictional, it is just dummy data. I'm calling this project team, and then we have here many names like Morris, Tina, Patty, and Sarah, all right? And let's suppose that we want to delete each one of those fellas. So we are going to swipe, and then we can delete. We go to the next one, swipe, and delete, swipe and delete, swipe and delete again. I don't know if you notice, let me press R to restart the flow. I don't know if you notice, but we can like delete not exactly in order. We can skip one here, another one there, and even we can, for example, swipe, and then in the middle of the way we can decide like, oh, I don't want to delete this person anymore from the list, so we can swipe back. So swipe left, swipe right. But if I'm sure about that, I can just tap here and then delete this person and I don't have anyone anymore. This is cool, isn't it? It's really useful, and we can demonstrate interactions where people, they know what's going on. Cool. So let's do that together. So let me close this tab. And now what we really need to do, we have this component with two variants. It's pretty easy to do. And then we need to create this frame to place all our information. It's important to have an auto layout as well, because with auto layout, we can really see the information like adjusting, because when we delete one of these table items, it's possible to see all the others, they like collapsing, they readjusting, they going to the right place, if you know what I mean by that. Okay, let's start doing. First of all, I want to have a screen just like this. Let me see its size. It's gonna be 360, right? Width. So let's press F to frame, draw something like this. Let me check again because I just forgot. 360 width. Let my line just here. Cool. And then let me see the height. 637. Let's have the same one. 637. They are exactly the same. Now it's important to name things properly. Let me call it, let me see, list, something like this. You decide the best way of calling that. And now, let me see. So let's build the components and then we can go ahead. I'm gonna copy it from here, just dragging like this to see the properties. I dragged an instance, right? Not the main component, not the master. Now I can see its properties. Let's see, 318 by 48, and then we have a lot of things inside. Let's start with this text. Let's see its size. It's gonna be 16. So let's click Alt, press T for text, and then type something like title here, right? Enter, it's the kind of the standard font typeface. You can change like something that could be good. Poppins maybe a little more different, playful maybe, or even Roboto, the standard font in material design. So medium, you can decide like regular or medium to have a little more contrast. I prefer to go with medium. Cool. Now we need to have this text. It's gonna be regular 12. So press T for type, for text, I'm sorry, and then type something like description, just here. Press ask, then we can type here 12. I'm gonna go with pop-ins too, regular, then I will place them closer, just like this. Click and drag, press Shift A to make a auto layout, as you can see here. Then we have these parameters we can set. I'm gonna go with this one here. And then the space between them, it's gonna be, let me see what I did here, 0. So the same will happen here, just 0. Now let's see the right name to call this. I'm gonna call text. It's an auto layout, right? So I'm gonna call in this text, and inside of that I have title and description. I name it this way because both of them, they are text. So let's have the same one, text, not text, text. Soundless, but it's important to write correctly. So here we can call, for example, title to be more organized, and here description, just like this. So we got the first part. Now for the second part, let me have some feel, some color over here. It's important because I showed you before many tutorials ago. If you didn't see that, I recommend you, when I was teaching some things here and there about creating components the right way. Not exactly the right way, because there are many ways to create components. I just showed the way that I prefer to do things in these terms. Okay, so we have some color here. Now it's time to have this placeholder for our avatars. 32 by 32. Press O for oval, drag just like this. Then you release, type here 32, tab, 32, tab. The color, that might be any color, it's not important because we will replace this basic shape by photos. Cool. Now let's name things properly. I'm gonna type here avatar, and then we need to make avatar or photo, whatever. Then we need to make one more auto layout, but now selecting these two elements, pressing Shift A. Now, as you can see, we will apply a different color just to see what's going on. For me, it's really useful. So I can see the aligning, I can see actually the alignment, I can see all the things that I want to make over here. For example, see, when let me zoom in, when I change some parameters over here, I can see what's going on. So this is better. Then let's see if I have some padding over here. Not exactly, but here I want to, let's type something like 4, for example, so you can see 4 here and 4 here. So now we can see all the things happening. You decide the way you want to go. I'm just exploring some concepts here with you guys, and then you can decide which one is better to work. Okay, so now we got this. Let me see the way I call it. I called photo plus text. Let's call the same name. So we got actually avatar, I'm calling right now, avatar plus text. Yes, it's understandable. So we got 2 elements inside of this auto layout, and then we have this background, but this white background that can be this black background over here. So we can place things just like this. Let me see if that's gonna work the way I expect. And then we can increase like this. See, work it. But we have some space here inside. We can control it. Like, it's wrong over here. 7 7 doesn't make sense. That should be 8 8. Top, bottom. no matter, we will solve it in this part here. So let's have 16 over here. I don't know from where I got this idea. It's too much, too taller. Let's go with 8. It's better. So we got 8 here and here. Let's have, for example, 16. See, it's quite similar. Now I'm gonna replace this black color for this white color, right? And then let's have this little line. There are many ways to have lines. One of the ways people they use it is like coming here, as you can see, stroke. We just click here, but we don't want to have stroke in all around. We want to change it, so we can click here, strokes per side, and I just want to have in the bottom part. And then the color I can change to have something like some medium or light gray. Cool. Now this element here was helping me in here. It's not the best way, because I think we could increase it here. Like, as you can see, we are going with hug. Let's try to go with fill container. See, now we got more space. So if this description is gonna be bigger, I have more room to type. Cool. Then I can click twice here and change exactly the same, fill container. So let's suppose that I have a really big title. See, it will break the line, and that's correct. In this case, description here, see, I will type a lot of dummy text, but it's not breaking the line in. That's totally wrong. So let's change this hug by fill container. And now it's going to break the line. Let's come back with the text, description here. Now it's right. So we don't need to have these red background. Let's change it. We can change to white, or even we could remove the color from here. Or let me see another way. We could type here 0 in the opacity, and then the thing is gonna be like this. I want to have a shade of I'm sorry, gray, just like this, and then this color, just for a matter of, I don't know how I can call these, but I want to have a color less intimidating in this case, because you know it's a base component and it is what it is. Okay, we are all done, all set, and now we can create the component. So just click here, hit here, create components. So we got this avatar plus text. Now we select this new component, and then we are going to add a variant, and then click here, plus. And then we need to add one more variant. We need to have 3 of them. I'm gonna show you why. So here in my base, we have this first one we did together. Now it's time to have this trash bin icon. So we are going to organize our variants. So we have this first one we can call, let's see. Actually, first I want to change this name here, not property, but let me see the name I use it here, table item. I'm gonna use the same one, table item, just like this. Let me zoom in because I want to see exclusively what I'm working on right now. Cool, I have this table item. Let me see the second one. It's gonna be called, the first one, normal state, deleting state, and here, deleted state. So normal, deleting, deleting, deleted. You can name the way you prefer. It's not a big problem. Deleted. Cool. Now I have to change some things, some tweaks, some parts I have to adjust. So I'm gonna click twice here, right? I will hit right arrow. I just switch it. This is cool. And now let me see what sort of thing that I have to do here to adjust this thing properly. First of all, we need to have a shape just like this. It's a frame actually. So we are going to use some icons. We could draw this icon or use some plugins that we have installed. So let's check plugins. Just open it here, then find the plugins item. Then I have the plugins that I want to use, but I don't know you. We are going to find more plugins, then type here. Let's see what I was using before. Icon, type icon. Then let's install, let's run these feather icons. It's gonna be open, so feather icons. Maybe you don't have these plugins installed, but you just need to go to the place I showed you, like here, plugins, find more plugins, you type here, feather icons, click run, it will be opened. Now we have cool icons to use. Let's type here trash. So we got two different types. So let's see. I think that I will use this one. I like this. So we got this trash. Cool. We can close this window. Then let's see if that's scaled properly. Let's check this size. It's gonna be 48 by 48. It should be cool. So I will select just like this, and I will lock it here and type 48. But the line, it's not the way I want. It's too thin. I want to have a stroke with more thickness. So I will zoom in, select the parts that I want, and I can change it here like 4. Here too, 4. I think it's gonna be cool. Now it's a frame. I want to turn it into a auto layout. So select this frame. I can name it like trash. Press Shift A. Whoops, not at all. Let me try to group first. Ctrl G, and now Shift A. Now it worked. And then here inside, I can, let's try to press, no, we need to have this frame and then auto layout. Here I can call icon, for example, inside trash, and then I can change it like line, 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 line to be more organized. Now this auto layout, I can apply the red color, and the stroke, it's gonna be white to have a good contrast. And here inside, I want to diminish a little this trash icon, so I can select here in the layer panel, press and hold Shift. Whoops, it's going together. I'm gonna change it here, hug, right, to fixed width, fixed height. Now I will click twice. I selected the frame named trash, so I press and hold Shift, and now inside, as you can see, we can diminish a little. Then click out, click in, and let's move. Let me select both of them, press and holding Shift. No, doesn't work. Okay, click in once. I can move around. No, two. Let me try to solve it before we move on, because I want to like move things around, but it's locked. Yeah, I unlocked that. I click it here. As you can see, this absolute position, and now I can like centralize just like this. And then I think that I want to change the thickness. Let's try to go with 3. Yeah, many people, they don't like they like numbers like 2, 4, and 6. They don't like 3 and 5, 7, but yeah, we can try that. Now I want to drag and drop here. Not working, right? So I will cut. I will select this deleting component. Then I can see here the avatar. I will select avatar and I will press Ctrl V to paste. So my element is going to be placed exactly here inside, but as you can see, we increased its height, and I don't want that, no, really. So I'm gonna delete it, right? Then I will select this white part, and then we have some parameters to change. Let's hit here, individual, right? So I'm gonna work with paddings, but not as an entire thing. I'm gonna work with then separate. So I can click here and I can type 0 and enter. On top, click here. Let's see what I did here, if this is the same one. Yes, here I made some different tweaks. So we can hit here and then type 0. Then we can hit here and type 0. And now let's check if they have the same height. Selected here, 48 height, and here it's 53, not working. So let's see what we can do. We can diminish some things here and there. Let's see the distance, it's gonna be 5.5, but here it's correct, 48. This is important. Let's try to increase a little and then type here 48. Yes, I don't like these broken numbers, but I taught you before how to make it right, and then you will have more time than I do right now to adjust that, but you know, that's working. Cool. And then the last one, I'm gonna, let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna remove these elements inside and I will diminish its size to 1 for height. I will see, I can't change it here because it's hug. I can change to fixed height and then type 1. And the color of the stroke I'm going to remove, so it will be really just like this. And also I can change the opacity to 0. Now I know that my variant is here. I can click and drag just like this, delete it, right? And then I can connect things now. If I have some problem, if I see myself in trouble, I can press Shift O and then I can see the hidden objects. So now it's possible to adjust this frame just like this and to connect things. Now it is time to do the connection. So let's click here in prototype, click here, but now it's better to Shift O and come back to see all the things. Cool. Let's connect just like this, clicking and dragging and dropping here. On click, that's gonna be on drag. And move in, it's gonna be smart animates. Let's see if here I did the same. Let me zoom in. Yes, on drag, smart animate, just like this. And the next one will be the same thing. You select here. I don't see, but it's here. See, it becomes purple when I hit what I need. And but now see, we need to connect this button. So we click twice here and then we make the connection, and it's gonna be on click, not on drag. Okay, now we got our component made. Let me come back to design tab. Let me organize our work into sections because it's gonna be better. Now it's good to have some title, right? Like project team. Let me see, it's gonna be 20 bold. That might be poppings too. So just hit T for text and type team project 20. We were using poppings or rebuttal. I don't remember anymore, but let's see here. Rebuttal, yeah, bold, cool. Now let's have an icon. Why not to have an icon? Here I'm seeing that this delete is too bigger, so let's diminish. We can adjust just like this, and then as I showed you, and even looking a little better now that I'm diminishing, I can see that I don't like the stroke like this. I'm gonna come back to 2, because those things they happen, like we fix things on the way, we learn, we adjust on the way. That's right, I think that I prefer like this. And now let's place one more icon here. So I'm gonna open again the feather icons window. Let's go to plugins. Now we can see here in recent, so let's just hit it. Then I can have some icon to represent my team members. Team, no, user, yes, couple of users. I can press G to group. Actually could hit Shift A. So I'm gonna call, let's see what I did in the other one. We got icon and then trash inside, so it's gonna be called icon users. It's a good name. I just want to have this capital letter just like this. Now I can select both of them, press Shift A. I'm gonna have 8. I'm gonna measure the distance, like it's a broken number. I hate it. I told you before. So we can adjust like this because the icon is not maybe in the right size. So now we can measure like 24, and on top we can measure like 48, maybe a little more to have more room. And then let's see the name. Let me close this thing here. I named it. I didn't use a name. I'm gonna call title, maybe title, because inside we have icon and title. Just a little of housekeeping, organizing things. Cool. Now it's time to drag and drop our elements into our frame. Click here once, press and hold Alt, drag and drop like this. This is a way to insert components, but also we can come here, assets, and type table item, and we can find, see, our table items just like this. Let's come back to layer panels. So I insert the first one, but I can see that its size it's not right. So let me adjust that. 24, and here I can diminish 24. But see, 3, 1, 2. I can change it here to be more consistent. 3, 1, 2. And that is one here, you know that. 3, 1, 2. Now I have things better. So if I, for example, delete this one and I drag and drop again, the size will be correct. 3, 1, 2. 24 by 24. And here, let's see, and yes, place it curiously. So 42, it's broken. I really hate it. I told you many times, but here it's okay, okay, not anything broken. I don't know the reason, but I showed you guys a lot of those things, how to fix here and there, so you can move on. 56 actually. Cool. Now I'm gonna duplicate it. So I duplicated, Ctrl D, select both, Shift A. They will be placed like this. 8 here. Maybe a little more. Let's see. 16 I use it here. And 16. Let me duplicate again and again and again. So now I have a list, right? I'm gonna run another plugin named Unsplash. I showed you before, guys, a couple of times, and then it's gonna be easier to use. If you don't have Unsplash installed, I recommend you to find more plugins. Then you type here Unsplash. It's for free, a lot of cool photos. Just run it. Let me zoom in. It's really easy to use. So I will select, press and hold Shift and Ctrl at the same time. Then go selecting all those elements over here. Then in this section we can try to find portrait, and then we select, let's see, the images we want. I'm gonna go again so you can see portrait. When I select the first one, all of them will be placed. Actually, just this, the one that I select, right? See what happens. But if we click, let me see what I did. See, we have this possibility. Let me go again because I did something that I didn't plan before. So I will press Ctrl Z just to get here. All of them selected, go to portrait. I think that I pressed Ctrl, let's see. No. I think so that I clicked with the right click, let's see. Yes, right click. So click with the right button here, then select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, like randomly. See, 5 images, insert. So now we are going to have this random thing. Only this one is not respecting what I actually they aren't respecting. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if that works right now. Yes, that worked. There are other ways to do that, but it's gonna be a matter for another tutorial, not here. Now now it's time to fill information, that just having random information. For example, this one might be Mary Jane UI designer Barbara Diaz, UX designer, and Parks will be project manager. This one's gonna be Paul Clark's iOS developer, and this one's gonna be Peter Johnson, Android developer. So our team is all set. Now let's select this frame, go to prototype, flow, starting point, let's call list or something like this, and now it's time to test. So just play and wait. So as you can see, guys, it's loading yet. Something is missing over here. Let's see what happened. Maybe it's not placed correctly. I'm gonna cut, select the frame and paste. Now I just come back here and I can see my title. All right, and now it's time to test. Let me zoom in a little bit. Not here, but let's see, fit screen. Fit the wherever. I'm trying to get closer to show you, but I believe that you can see. It's not so difficult. Just a moment. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, a little better. So now it's time to test. Every time that you need, you want whatever to come back, you can come back and increase sizes and do more things. So I will click and drag. Nothing is working. Oh my God, why is that? It is because we need to do more adjustments. So let's come back. Okay. Drag to deleting. Sounds cool. Let's see the tree. Auto layout. Yes, I applied the auto layout. I didn't name that properly. I'm gonna call. It's not going to change anything, but table, just to be more organized, right? Let's compare. Let me see what I did here. Drag. That's right. Let me see in the component level. So the way to go on drag, change to deleting state. Smart animate. Let's see. On drag, change to deleting state, smart animate. The way to come back to. Necessary to do, but not in this case, just the way to go, the way to come back. Same logic. So to come back, on drag, smart animate. Curious. Let me change let me play the another one that is exactly the same. I think that I know. Maybe it is because I increased its size. I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe not. That's curious. because I was wondering like, oh, I did something wrong, but I planned this tutorial as usual, and that should work at first. Yaha! See, we can interact just like this. We can come back, we can delete. We have this freedom to delete. It's too much space, isn't it? A problem. Whoops, let's fix that. All auto layout. Let's check the component. Sounds okay. Let's play that again. Press R to come back. Working, 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 working. Maybe let me try to that's working, that's right. Let me try to have a little less space just to get this look and feel. R to restart, so we can go like this and like this, delete like this, delete like this, delete and delete. Yes, so we got the interactions we planned. You can, for example, adjust it a little more. Here it's hug. Let's change. No, that's okay. I want to use all the space that we have on this page, so we can just drag like this and like this. Then inside, see, we change from fixed to fill container. We can press and hold Shift to select all of them. Change like this, fill container. Come back here, see what happened. It sounds a little better. Oops. Oops. And then I can do some adjustments, like I can go to master components, and maybe 40 is gonna be a little bigger. See? And then I could increase its size a little more too, because I increased all the things. So let's go like with 56 here too, 56. And the last one, as you can imagine, we don't need to do anything. Let me see, where is that? Shift O, just to move a little down. It's hard to select, isn't it? Cool. Shift O, so we can also come back to design, and here we change to fill container. Not really, because here we need to do these tweaks here too. So let's press and hold Shift to select all of them, change from mixed to height 56, and then last thing 16. Let's see, too much, maybe 12. Some people, they don't like to work with those, they call that broken number. Some people don't care really, but yeah, it's a matter of testing, right? Let's explore a little this. Like, we could use other colors, because like I told you before, we are playing with components, so we can go in many different ways. Let's test that again. See, when I do this interaction, you can see my text becoming red. That we could work like this just to demonstrate we are about to delete something. Here too, some spacing here, as you can see. Easy to fix too. See, we just need to come back here, select this element, change to fill container, boom, done. The beauty of working with components is exactly like this. We have the freedom, the possibility of doing all we need, all we want. So guys, this tutorial is over. I appreciate your company. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, stay safe, take care.